Hey everyone, welcome back to the Basic Butch Tarot. My name is Jennifer Rose and I am the head butch in charge here. Today I'm going to talk to you about how I picked my personal tarot decks, and I'm hoping that you are at least doing some research into what kind of tarot decks might be the ones that you choose to do your own personal readings. But right now, I wanted to talk to you. There's lots going on in the atmosphere these days, and it's got me really excited. Spirit has been really blessing me these past few days with bringing some wonderful people back into my life and reminding me that I have a lot of support and love out there. And also reminding me that I have an opportunity to lead by example, and I need to keep up with this YouTube channel because it's important not just for my own growth, but maybe it's helping some of you out there grow as well. And so here I am, I'm doing the thing, and thank you so much for joining me. With all that said about the spiritual juices flowing, I'm excited to announce that I will be doing my first live instructional read on Wednesday, September 22nd at 2:21 Central Standard Time, because that's when that sun slides on into Libra season. And I am so excited. My scales are going to get balanced, and I am just looking forward to making some positive movements throughout this Libra season this year. So come join me Wednesday, September 22nd at 2:21 p.m. Central Standard Time, an instructional first read from the Basic Butch. I'm excited. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and like this video so you can watch the first read. So now let's discuss how it is that I went about choosing my tarot card decks. And I did choose two decks. I want to talk to you about how it is that I became interested in reading tarot, because this wasn't originally my idea for myself. I was really pushing my wife, who is very intuitive, and she does Reiki and she's a massage therapist, and I was pushing her to do something because she's really a spiritual, a powerfully spiritual, energetic person. And I just want to make sure that she uses that and continues to use that and grow. And she is, but here I am, I'm pushing her like, hey, you're really good at reading cards. Why don't you do that on YouTube? And she was like, And then she turned and she flipped the script on me and she said, what about you reading cards? I was really interested in the reads that she was doing for me. We did a lot of past, present, and future reads. And I was very interested in all the symbolism. And it was just kind of like reading a book for the first time. Like you could just look at that and read the book and you could tell kind of where that was and where that card lies in your life, your inner life or your outer life or someone else in your life. I just thought it was great. So one time she slyly moved some energy on me, some positive energy, through a picture of a tarot deck that she thought I might like. And I was like, So she hooked me in and I was interested. I got to doing some research and I started looking at tarot cards online, just a general Google. I also went to Etsy because there's a lot of people who hand make their own cards on Etsy, which is pretty cool. I had no idea that there were so many different types of tarot cards. And there are also other types of cards like oracle cards and thoth cards. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But there are all sorts of different types of cards, and the cards that I was specifically looking for were the 78 card tarot deck, like the OG of the decks. So my wife sent me this tarot deck, and it got me interested, and I started looking, and we set up a date to go pick cards in person, because I feel like my first deck should probably be in person, at least my first few decks, because I'm going to use one as my personal deck, from here on out, and then I'm sure that I'll switch around. But so we went to, I always try to shop locally, and as I said, I'm here in Fayetteville, Arkansas, so our metaphysical choice of shopping is our place to shop for metaphysical items is the Four of Wands, and they're at 440 North College in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And no, they didn't pay me to say that, but I am propping up local business, and it's a place that I've been several times now, and I'm really happy with the products that they offer, and I like the way that I feel while I'm shopping there. I like the energies that are there. So the Four of Wands, it's a great place for you to come shop. If you come visit Fayetteville, Arkansas, you should definitely go check it out and see if there's anything you might want to take home with you, or come look. They've got a really great selection of tarot cards. So I found out. So I had been in the Four of Wands a few times. I like to buy cards for my wife. There's a lot of local artists that are showcased there in some of the books and the cards and postcards and whatever kind of artistic things they have available for us to purchase. And I was just mesmerized by all the rocks and crystals, and it took me a minute to get past there because I was just like energetically drawn to so many of those things. I could have just spent $1,000 right there on the crystals that were calling to me. So I walked through and I saw the oracle cards, and I was a little drawn to them, but I knew that wasn't exactly where I needed to be. I could see that they were just a little bit different, and I was a little confused, but I went on back to the back room where there's just a great display of tarot cards. And wouldn't you know that I walked right through that door and I greeted the person there, and I walked right over to all these tarot. There's bookshelves full of tarot card decks to choose from that you can buy. And I picked out the deck that my wife sent to me before. Like I said, she's powerful. So I picked them up and I walked around the store with them, and I looked at others, and some of the others were so cool, like Edgar Allan Poe, and I'm a literature buff. I also like all sorts of zombie things, and there are all sorts of themes there. But I did go ahead and choose the Pride deck. It's very suiting for me, and when I started getting into the actual cards, which I'm not going to do today, it's really perfect for me. So here are the cards that I chose, and these really are the perfect deck for me. After I've used them over and over again, I am very drawn to them. I feel like my energy is already in them, and today I felt like my energy was already in them before I even got them in my hands. I don't know how to explain that. Hopefully you have that kind of a feeling when you go to pick out your cards. But so I would say, absolutely go to the cards that draw you there energetically. And, it's okay when you start reading too. If you're drawn to just one deck to read with, and that's what you read with all the time, go with it, because the Spirit's telling you that these are those. Do it. And I have to say, I drag my feet on going to pick my cards. I have no idea why. Sometimes I have a problem buying stuff for myself, but I'm glad that I finally did it. It didn't take very long for me to choose my cards. But when I got to reading about what kind of cards you should choose for your first deck and everything, I read over and over again during my research that you should have the Rider-Waite or the Rider-Waite-Smith OG deck of tarot cards, because it would help you along the way when you're, reading. And so I found over a course of time when I was reading that it would have been helpful to have that deck of cards. So my wife purchased these for me, and they're perfect as well. So I would say, if you're energetically drawn to cards, then you absolutely, need to give that a little bit more of. So I had to say that if you're energetically drawn to a deck of cards, I know that in the Four of Wands, they will open up a deck for you to look in. So don't be afraid to ask. And maybe they'll say no at some other place, but they will open up a deck for you to look at, and, hold them, walk around with them, see how you feel about them, see how they feel in your hands, the weight of them, the energy. Like my hands are getting hot again. Like I said, I told you in a episode long ago, my hands start getting hot when I talk about my cards. My hands are getting pretty warm. And so that's how I pick my cards. Just my wife threw some energy my way, and I caught that energy because I was wide open, and I went in and there were those cards for me. But I was drawn to several other different types of cards. Just make sure that if you're starting out here with me, that it would be a 78 card deck of tarot, and you might really just start off with the OG deck, the Rider-Waite-Smith cards. That is my Butch tip of the day. So, what kind of cards do you have? Do you already have cards? Have you already chosen your cards and you're waiting on me to get with it so we can start reading together? And if so, I mean, hey, I've shown you mine. You gonna show me yours? I'd love to see what cards you use and or what cards you purchase. Put them in the comments, okay? So the bottom line here is there aren't any hard and fast rules of picking a tarot card deck. It really is about how you feel about the deck energetically, and it's really up to you what you're choosing and why you're choosing. I would suggest, though, for your first deck, at least your first deck, to go in person and, you know, hold them and feel them and really kind of connect with that, because that might be the deck that you read for a long time, and, you know, the sooner you get started, the better, right? Hopefully you will think to tell me if you have this Pride deck, and tell me what your favorite card is. And if you don't have the Pride deck, and if you don't have a deck yet, what are you waiting for? Go get yourself a deck. I put mine off, like I said, and I wish that I had started a little bit sooner. It's been on my heart to share with you something that I added into my daily routine, which I have found that has really helped me with my anxiety and helped me anticipate how a day is going to go. Sometimes I wake up with anxiety and I don't know why. Maybe I've had a bad dream, or maybe I just didn't sleep well. I struggle with chronic pain, so maybe I was in pain while I was sleeping. And sometimes I wake up grouchy for no reason. I'm not a grouchy person, but sometimes I just can't shake it. I'm a coffee drinker, and I have started watching a YouTube channel called The Old Girl Daily Aspects with my coffee. And what it is it's just an astrological forecast. It tells you where the planets are, you know, according to space and time, you know, like according to the time of day. So, you know, like you can find out like at 9:30, you know, if the moon is in, you know, a certain planet, then, you know, like maybe you're going to have some communication issues. So, you know, maybe if you see those things cropping up or happening in your life, you can either, you know, be supportive of your friends that might be struggling, or that might just need, you know, like a yay. Oftentimes we don't congratulate each other enough. But, you know, it can also help you just be a little bit more grounded and give you some kind of an idea of maybe how the day is going to go. And it might just ground you a little bit, as it has for me. So, you know, give it a whirl, give it a try. It's The Old Girl Daily Aspects. I find it very interesting, and I'm going to continue watching. It's been about 15 days of watching, so I've got 21 days to form a new habit. What new habit have you formed? I would like to know. So, thank you so much for tuning in with me and for taking the time out of your busy day to watch this channel. And I hope that you will join us next time when we discuss attuning to your cards. And we will, you might be sitting there going, well, what's attuning? I'm going to discuss what attuning to your cards is, and I will discuss how it is that I attuned to my cards. Thank you so much. I hope that you find peace. I hope you're having some positive vibes during this full moon. I hope that you're reaping what you sow for this equinox, this autumnal equinox. And I hope that you are prepared for our first instructional reading in Libra, Wednesday, September 22nd at 2:21 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm excited. Thank you so much for your support. Be kind to yourself. Peace.